Welcome back to Let's Clean PowerWash Simulator. I'm BurningDogFace, and Brother PowerWash is making some pretty decent progress on this Land Raider, which looks alright from this specific angle, if you don't look too carefully at the top. Oh, actually, I meant to look down first, didn't I? Because I realized while I was up here on the scaffolding that even the goddamn scaffolding has this logo on it. They really like the skull in the cog with the robot eye. Nice. I saw that speck of green there. On the filtration systems and everything. You better take those lids off just to make sure there's nothing inside, or because if this is from Nurgle, you do not want this inside of your filtration system. Dude's the god of disease, for God's sake. It's like the most basic thing about him. You see, if it was attacked by a demon of corn, it would be covered in gore. You do not want to know what a demon of Slaanesh would cover it in, and I don't actually know rightly what a demon of Tzeentch would have done to it. Because he's all about being unpredictable anyway. The changer of the ways. Slaanesh is the chaos god of decadence and excess. But this is almost universally depicted by the fiction writers as aspects of also being the god of pleasure. Very carefully not to say anything that would jeopardize the video's monetization, which is difficult when you're discussing Slaanesh. Like, I can tell you, for example, that if you look up how Slaanesh was created, you will never look at the Eldar the same way again. But I can't actually tell you how Slaanesh was created out loud, I think. Hunter-killer missile launcher. Neat. Is that a separate thing? No. Not all the sigils are their own thing. Can't make them all easy dings. Space Marines often send their more technically gifted members to learn from the Mechanicus. You know, they're Space Marines who worship the Machine cult in addition to the Imperial cult. I think they're just called Tech Marines after that. imagine, like anything else, how the Space Marines feels about this. Depends on which chapter they're from. I was thinking about some comments I got in the when people were discussing this DLC before it came out. And now that I think about it, I do feel like this tank should probably have a lot more blood on it if this is 40k. Like if a demon runs right up to the tank and starts fighting it, it's not going to go well for the paint job. Oh! Must be a second company thing. Or squad, rather. I think the Imperial Guard are the ones who do proper companies. Nice. Oh, rad. I did get all 4 of the exhaust stacks. Awesome! That's a 3. I have no idea what the number meant there on the other side then. Never mind. Like, I've been reading about this universe for years, and I am by no means an expert. And for starters, I haven't played the game, the tabletop game myself, because the figures are, well, frankly, ludicrously expensive, that's why. You gotta paint them yourself. And the thing about that is that I've got, I can't remember if it's an Asperger's thing or an ADD thing, but I have fine motor control issues that make painting tiny figurines kind of an intimidating task. What I'm doing right now with a controller is about as fine movements as I can get. Oh my god, look at all this. I was just going over these areas and they're still grungy. Honestly, like, what I would expect of cleaning one of these machines is robot arms come, like thousands of robot arms come down and disassemble this thing into its constituent parts. Every one of the parts is cleaned separately. The arms put it back together while surrounded by tech priests chanting and praying and making a big fucking deal of it. Like, there's probably a separate prayer to give for each piece being screwed back into place. And they're not the only crazy ones, for the record. Space Marines have, like, a huge ritual for a dude putting his fucking armor on. Soap nozzle. I love that. Mark II, Aqua Santica Arquebus soap nozzle. No. This one. Just go nice and slow. Catch all this gunk. Land Raider pilot. Data recording pilot. Arriving on withheld strategic Astem Air B785. We found ourselves overrun by redacted heretical. However, we were close enough to detect the presence of the restricted artifact H-class. They use the British spelling for artifact. Neat. Fortunately, those before us were wise enough to encase it with innate restricted technology X402. They're real big about secrecy in the Imperium, too. It was clear, we must return in greater numbers before the restricted artifact H-class is damaged or lost to the redacted heretical. Like, when they say redacted heretical, they're hinting at a thing where, civilians aren't allowed to know that chaos even exists. Debrief complete. As in, if the Imperial Guard fights a battle against chaos, all of the survivors will be executed. The thinking is that because the act of researching and looking into chaos itself can corrupt you. The more you know about chaos, the more chaos has a grip on you. Like, literally, ignorance is the only defense. That's their look at it anyway. So their goal is to make it impossible for the standard people of the Imperium to even know that chaos exists, and to execute anyone who comes in contact with chaos cultists or space marines. Assuming the chaos space marines didn't just murder everyone they came in contact with anyway. There's that thing in the background again. Like, famously, there are no good guys in 40k. The Imperium of Man is a fascist, religious, fanatical, cult, essentially. Like, if you are born with 6 toes, you're a mutant and must die. Preferably by fire. The exceptions, of course, being mutations that are extremely useful to the Imperium. Funnily enough. Like the Ogrins, for example. For once, the ogre analogs in a science fantasy setting are human. I think they're people from a high-gravity world, or was that a low-gravity world? I don't remember. Either way, it made them really, really big and really, really tough, but as dumb as a pillowcase filled with doorknobs. Just so stupid. However, on the plus side, that means that whenever you give an Ogrin an order, they just assume that it came all the way down the chain of command, ultimately leading directly back to the Emperor himself. In other words, an Ogrin who isn't, like, defecting to chaos will never disobey an order. But, you know, they took one look at these guys and say, hey, you know what? Maybe these aren't mutants, after all. Maybe these big guys are just, you know, ab-humans. That's not the same thing at all. That is explicitly their term for, you know, mutants that are useful to us. Ab-humans. Other ab-humans include the extremely hirsute ratlings, who prefer to go by bare feet and are kind of a hobbit analog. They're real good at being snipers and scouts for some reason. And then there's the Felinids, who have been mentioned in the lore forever, but never actually directly described, so we don't know anything about them except that they're called the Felinids, and they're from and we know the name of the planet they're from. I don't remember what it is. but it is the name of a person. It's like, I want to say it's Carlos McConnell? Like, just straight up the name of a person? Get this couple of hatch taken care of. Good. How funny would it be if one of these levels started off like this, but then I like paint the side and there's a chaos logo on it and all the alarm goes off. Oh shit! It's the wrong Land Raider! Actually, no, I take that back. Chaos vehicles usually have a demon sealed inside them. Because I guess the machine spirits hate those guys too. Although there is a Dark Mechanicus. Also known, and I swear this is true, as Heretics. I have to admit, some of my knowledge about 40k comes from the comedy series, If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device. But, you know, at least a lot of the jokes there are obvious enough that I'm thinking, you know what, maybe that's not canon. Like, for example, I did not just suggest that the Dark Mechanicus are also known as the techno-fiddler demographic. Make penis into robot. Robocop-ass legs. I need to be backed up. You know what? Let's use a longer one. Yeah. Problem solved. %, and it feels good. Oh, we need to get inside the barrels, too? Jeez. I mean, that makes sense. It's just, damn, son. Can't I take the armor off first? I understand that there was only so much they could do in Santa's workshop because they needed all the equipment to be working right now. But, you know. So, on a side note, you know, as I said, not an expert, so if any of the things I have said are explicitly not true, or, you know, just mistaken, I apologize wholeheartedly. Nice. How many dings do I have? Not as many as I would like. A lot of things are in the 90s. What's this? Assault hatch ramp. But that's just the thing standing right behind me. Or, no, I was facing the other way, but still. Oh, jeez. Ah, there we go. These tracks going as well. These tracks are brutal because they're all linked together, which means there's a ton of these little nooks and crannies I was complaining about. surely it would make more sense to... oh, wow, the timer. That one kind of flew by. External monitor. Wait, shouldn't that be a camera? Ah, right, the underside. Good! We can launch hunter-killer missiles again. Well, they can. It's not one of ours. The Mechanicus, of course, have their own army. Just trying to get the grills to be done. Oh my. There we go. That felt better. Still lots of little specks here and there. Ha! Okay. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you on the next episode of Let's Clean PowerWash Simulator when we take on the last 6% of this Land Raider and maybe get to see what comes after it. Till then, have yourselves a great day, Burning Dog fans. Later.